Hello, everybody. Welcome along to this Rangers Rabble update. Slightly different to our normal podcasts. I'm basically here to tell you where we've came from, where we are, where we want to end up, and everything in between. So I'm joined today by Scott Kerr. Scott, how are you?
I'm fine, Martin. Yourself? I know you won the keeping great lately, so it's good to see you back looking healthy.
Can I just say, actually, I obviously early hours like yesterday morning, I think it was yesterday morning, I was obviously taken into hospital for some heart checkups. So I just want to say, listen, thank you for all the messages of support. It was mental. The DMs I was getting, the messages on Twitter and Facebook and everything. Everything's fine. I'm all good. Hopefully back to. I'm not doing full pods yet. This is just a wee quick update. There is a pod coming out tomorrow night that I'll tell you about. But anyway, look how we started. I started doing online stuff for Rangers with Rangers Radio. When 5, 6 years ago. And then my daughter started to get a wee bit older and I stopped doing it. And then I got in contact with the guys at This Is Ibrox when they were first starting up. And I helped them start a podcast. I decided that I wanted to go and try something on my own. And that's how we started the Rangers Rabble. The plan when I started the Rabble was simply just to get 3 or 4 guys, do one podcast a week, get 25, 50 people watching. There was no plan to have thousands and thousands of people watching, start up our own Patreon, get interviews with youth players, try and get interviews with Rangers players. None of that was in the offing whatsoever because I'm hopeless, as Kerr will tell you. I'm hopeless on social media. I'm terrible at Twitter. I'm terrible at Facebook, and I'm even worse on Instagram. I had no plans at all on trying to make this successful in any way. I just wanted it to be a completely fun with 2 or 3 guys that I already knew. And unfortunately, when you start to get a wee tiny bit successful, you meet people that care, which you've got to live with. But look, who am I? Right? Nobody. That's I have got no social media presence at all in the ex-Rangers world. I'm a complete unknown. I'm just a guy who supports Rangers, who started a podcast. And the way that this is growing, we started with 3 guys. Now we have 24 people in the background. You'll probably notice that when you watch podcasts, and Kerr, you'll agree with this, 9 times out of 10, it's 4 different guys, Kerr, on each pod.
Yeah,
And
that is it.
and I have to say, and I'll take this time, and I'll try and make this quick. I'll try not bore everybody, but I mean, Kerr, I'll bring you in on this. Each guy behind the scenes, it's absolutely brilliant. There's never any fighting. We've all got different opinions, but we've got a really, really good core of guys on the pod.
Yeah, we have, Martin. We've got a lot of guys who we all think different. We're all our own people. We all agree and disagree on certain things, but Rangers brings us all together, and that's the main issue here. It's Rangers and people that watches, people working behind, guys that come on the pod. We're all Rangers fans, even though we don't all agree on the same things. So that's what brings us good. We're a good bunch of guys, but the good thing, like I said, we've all got different opinions, so the 4 can sit here and all agree and disagree on different stuff. And I'm usually the person to disagree because I don't really agree with anybody.
Right, so why am I doing this update, which as up to now, you're probably saying, Martin, you're just rabbling on for no reason. Me and Wally Irwin started the Rangers Rabble on the 15th of November last year. It is now the 12th of October, I believe. I think I've got that right. And we have had 352,000 views on YouTube, which I know that when you think about the big, massive YouTube channels, like that's one video. But if you actually look at Rangers YouTube and all the videos on YouTube, that is absolutely phenomenal numbers. So because of the numbers, we have started a website. We now do blogs, and we're going to be starting a forum as well. The reason all this as well came about, I'm a massive fan of Heart and Hand. I don't know Edgar, but I speak to him. I don't know him personally, but I take a lot of inspiration from David Edgar. I've really friendly with Stevie from Four Lads. Friendly, I know him to say hello. but I take a lot of inspiration to Stevie at Four Lads with regards to the blogs, and William Irwin Kerr is just absolutely phenomenal with the youth stuff.
Yeah, William's superb, and he's always been like ever since I've known William for a good few years now, and ever since I've known him, he enjoys the youth stuff. And to be honest with you, I've been a few times with him, and it's really good to see the youth players coming through at Rangers. So it's good to get the knowledge out there from guys like Willie onto the listeners, not even onto ourselves, because a lot of players we would never have heard of or seen. And we know that because of Willie. So Willie gives us updates on the guys who might be coming through, guys we should be looking out for and stuff. So it's good to get that knowledge, just not from the first team, but from everywhere about Rangers.
And that was actually the initial plan. Once we started to get, a wee bit bigger, we've got about 3 or 4, maybe 5 interviews with some youth players. So our plan was, we get into contact with Colin Stewart at Rangers. And by the way, anybody that's in the comments right now who wants to ask any question, no question is off limits about what I'm speaking about. Ask the questions and I will give you the most brutally honest answer that I possibly can give you. So please do ask them. We want to highlight the youth team. Wally Irwin goes to youth games, Kerr goes to youth games, I go to youth games. So the youth setup at Rangers is a big priority for us. But also now, like I'm saying, because of the numbers, we have moved into Patreon, which anybody who watches the podcasts will hear me speak about it over and over and over again. And that's mainly what I wanted to get across in this video. I understand that there's Jersnet, look, there's Battle Fever, there's Heart and Hand, there's Four Lads, there's Blue Heart, there's loads and loads and loads of Rangers podcasts out there that are absolutely fantastic. Curry Muncher's in there with the Barber questions. I've not had a chance to get to the Barber yet, Curry Muncher.
I thought you were Barber.
The reason that I started Patreon was because, like I said, 352,000 views in under a year. So I thought to myself, I want to now try and make this as professional as I possibly can. And I understand, listen, you hear somebody coming out and going, oh, look, they're asking for money, they're asking for money, they're asking for money. So let me tell you, that £2 a month that Patreon costs, let me tell you where that money goes. Because as of right now, it doesn't go into my pocket, doesn't go into Kerr's pocket. We initially set it up to support the Rangers youth development, which is what it will do. But also, I want to get interviews with people. And believe it or not, sometimes interviews cost money. I want to get people the best quality microphones that they can get. I want to get the best quality cameras that I can get. And also traveling to all these youth games and stuff like that and traveling to do interviews. All of that costs money. And I am not a rich man. I have got a okay job. So I don't have the kind of spare cash to be able to give you the content that I really want to give you because of the success that we've been having. Kerr, have I explained that properly?
Yep, well enough for Martin. Don't expect me to add on it because I just come on here to talk nonsense. So no, but I agree with you. The Patreon money is not going to any of the podders. It's going towards Rangers youth development and also for yourself to get mics and set up interviews. Like you say, the interviews can cost money, and people don't want to do things for nothing. A lot of these days, a lot is to do with, well, come on, but maybe need to pay something towards something. So that's being brutally honest. But we've also got a lot more things coming on Patreon, not just about Rangers. We're trying to get some English Premiership reviews on there. We're maybe even going to look further afield for NBA or an NFL. Whatever the listeners would like, we'll do even like some music reviews. I know album reviews. I know a lot of people don't like stuff like that, but just to give more different podcasts because we can only talk so much about Rangers on a game. You just keep repeating yourself, so we can get stuff on there. And even if some of the subscribers, we can do a bit soft, maybe get 1 or 2 of them on a pod to do a match review, which should be good.
See, this is the thing. Heart and Hand set the benchmark for everything. They are by far the biggest. They are by far the best. It's a bit like, I suppose, on Heart and Hand, they talk about The Simpsons quite a lot. And there's an episode of The Simpsons where, was it Family Guy that talked about they tried to do something, but The Simpsons had already done it. Heart and Hand have done so much and so much great stuff. Yeah. So we're always trying to come up with new ideas to get stuff out there. But the problem is so much has been done. But like Kerr says, we're looking into getting NBA stuff. We're looking into getting NFL stuff, just loads of different variety of things so that people that sign up, £2 a month doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it's a lot of money to some people. So we just want to give you value for money. Now, Curry Muncher's asking a question, right? I will be honest, I'm not enamoured with the Patreon and preferred this, the YouTube sign up. What was the reason for changing? Brutally honest, Curry Muncher, YouTube took too much money. Patreon takes X amount of what you get paid for fees and stuff like that and for hosting. YouTube took far too much cut of that money. And also, Patreon is a bigger platform to be able to spread a sign up, so to speak, whereas with YouTube, it was really difficult to try and get people to sign up. As of today, and this is where I'm going to, again, be brutally honest, we've got 27 people who have signed up to Patreon, and in order for us to try and get where we're going, we need a lot more people to sign up. I'm just out here to be absolutely brutally honest, to make it worthwhile. We've got about 5 or 6 different shows that we do. So for the 5 or 6 shows, you've got maximum 27 people listening. In order for us to get the microphones, the cameras, the interviews, the youth stuff, we really need Patreon to work. So that's basically why I'm on here saying we're asking people to sign up and give us £2 a month. I just want everybody to know where that money is going. Is there any more questions before we finish up? It was just a short video just to let you know everything that was happening, why we were doing it, so that everybody knows exactly what our plans are. No, is that it? Right, well, listen, a 12-minute video. I don't know how CJ does it, by the way, because that's nerve-wracking for me, just me speaking. I'll be brutally honest with you, I don't know how he does it. But look, if you've got any questions, well, there's the boss phoning. If you've got any questions at all, please do put them in the comments down below, and I will try and answer everything that I possibly can. If I haven't missed anything out, Kier, have I?
Nope, I think you've covered everything, Martin. Like I say, I know RFC 56 mentions just wants to talk about Rangers, and basically 90%, 95% of what we do is talking about Rangers, but when we try to do extra shows, we try to just differ off the subject of Rangers and do other stuff and maybe people have interest in as well. But Rangers will and always will be the main topic we're going to speak about, because that's the thing we all love is Glasgow Rangers.
Aye, exactly. And just before I go as well, if I can just say, if you are already subscribed on YouTube, fantastic. If you're not, please do subscribe. The more we can build on YouTube, the more we can share. Each video that you watch on YouTube, you've got absolutely no idea how far a like goes. It shares. For example, if we have put out a video with 22 likes, we'll maybe get, I don't know, 1,000 views. See if we put out a video and it gets 150 likes, we get 4,000 or 5,000 views. So the likes are massive. If you can follow us on Twitter, help build us on Twitter, on Instagram, all the links are in the description, Facebook. Anything that you can do to help us grow. Listen, if you're onto this video and you're saying, no, listen, you're okay, but nah, absolutely fair enough. But if you enjoy the content and you want to help us grow and become bigger, then please do sign up. Tam1872 just became a member on Patreon. Tam, honestly, mate, it means a lot. Thank you so much. Curry Muncher, have you reached out to other channels to do collabs? I haven't yet, but it's something that I will certainly look into. But it's just that every other channel's so busy. See, Kerr, and this is the one thing. Maybe a lot of people think that when you do podcasts, you just turn up and you 4 of you just go on a screen. I can't tell you the amount of hours I spend behind the scenes creating graphics, getting people together, coming up with agendas. I spend most of my day at work checking my phone to see if anything's happened with Rangers. There is so much work that goes into it.
And you have to put aside your own work, and also you've got family commitments and stuff, because you all have to do this. But sometimes you're pushing things left and right and centre just so you can come on the pod for half an hour, which is what we want to do. But that's how there's probably so many, just so we can come on to all the pods at different times.
Aye, and I love the show, lads. Could you not get CJ Novo to give you a shout out? I haven't asked CJ. I don't really know CJ. I don't even think he follows. I wouldn't know how to get in contact. But look, Billy McCall, that haircut, man. I know I need to sort it. I'm waiting until we get to 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, and then I can finally have a haircut. I gave in and had a shave. Now you can see all my 8 chins. But look, I will end it there, guys. Like I say, if there's anything more you want to know, I will tell all. I want to be as brutally honest with you as I can. We want to continue growing. And this is years away, but if we got to a stage on Patreon where we could afford to go into that media partnership with Rangers, that's absolutely something I would entertain. I would love to make this a full-time job for myself, but obviously that's not going to be possible for a long time. But look, that's it. Anything else you need to know? I'm just repeating myself now. Please do get it in the comments. Thank you for everybody clicking on. Please give it a like, a share, a subscribe. We're here for the benefit of us, Rangers supporters. We want to give our club the best name possible. I don't read papers. I don't click on links to papers. I get my news for heart and hand, follow, four lads, stuff like that. And I just want the Rangers Rabble to be up there alongside them. That's basically it. So thank you so much for watching. And we'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m, with a weekly live podcast. I won't be on that because I'm feeling a wee bit tired right now. But we're back tomorrow night. So thank you so much for watching, and we shall speak to you again very, very soon.